This ain't no Prius, folks. This X5 plug-in hybrid is pretty crazy. I'll include a link to the BMW Murray's website in the description down below. Also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a turbo 3-liter inline 6 that is paired to a plug-in hybrid system and an 8-speed automatic. The MPGe rating is 60. You can get 22 miles per gallon combined if you don't have hybrid assist. You can go 40 miles on a charge, and then it produces 483 horsepower and 516 pound-feet of torque. I'm trying to hit 500,000 subscribers before the end of the year. I'd really appreciate it if you'd help out with that. Now, I think this metallic gray with the gold flake is one of the coolest colors in the new BMWs. The X5 has very angular headlights. You've got the blacked out trim down below with the side venting, and then more blacked out trim for the kidney grille and the trim at the very bottom. And this is the most popular look with the X5 rather than having the chrome look. Our tire wheel setup is 275 by 45 by 20. You've got the silver on the top, the metallic gray in the center section of the wheel. Red brake calipers to make it look even sportier, right? Blacked out venting there, more blacked out trim around the windows. And you can tell the overall design of the X5 is a lot more conservative compared to other BMW SUVs. I think that's because this is BMW's best seller and they don't want to mess that up at all, so they're not going to take big risks. This now leads us to the key fob. The lock function is the BMW logo. You have your unlock on the side, the opening for the hatch here as well. If we take a look at the hatch, you can see we've got that button to lower the suspension. That is to lower the tailgate, and yes, this still has a tailgate. 12-volt charger here in the rear, and then you've got a cargo cover built in from the factory too. And the overall storage space back here is great. I wish they had a bigger outlet though in the back. That'd be nice. And that will close it up together. Yeah, these taillights to me will always look like Halo swords. I think that the people that engineer the stuff at BMW played that game maybe. Got little exhaust tip covers there at the bottom, which look pretty cool. And like I said before, pretty conservative with the styling compared to other modern BMWs. I mean, look at the X7 for example. This now leads us inside. Sunshade here, built in from the factory. You've got two-tone coloration on the door panel with a little bit of ambient lighting. This is an interesting stack design with the wood trim just above the speaker. Nice brown trim here on the seats as well. Legroom back here is pretty good. We also have vents here in the center. We've got heated seats, and we have our own climate zone for either passenger in the back. When it comes to headroom, it's actually really good. You do get keyless entry here on the front door. And while we're next to the front door, this is the charge port area just in front of it. When it comes to front door features, we got blind spot monitoring, memory seats, we also have massage seats, power folding mirrors, more ambient lighting with the wood trim and all that. Now, this one sells the factory seat covers, but anyways, you got nice trim on these seats, power adjustable with lumbar support as well. And the passenger gets all the same seat features as the driver. Let's start her up. Stitcher on the airbag cover, nice soft touch all around the steering wheel itself. Normal practical controls here on the front with the paddle shifters there on the back, and then you've got your cruise control on the left side. Full digital gauge cluster, which does change with the different drive modes. Now on the left hand side you can see it shows you fuel range, and then over here on the right hand side it shows you the battery range. We have 39 miles of charge right now. While we're on the topic of tech, we do have a heads-up display with this, as well as a 360 camera system. And then a very responsive infotainment system. It is a little bit overwhelming initially because of all of the applications this comes with, but you can just plug in Android or Apple CarPlay if you want. And yes, the climate controls are built into the screen, but they're always accessible here at the bottom. Just below that screen, you've got this nice trim on the vents, and then you have those little kind of dashes that go to the X5 logo. This also comes equipped with the wireless phone charging pad. This is just in front of the cup holders. Behind that whole section, we have the crystal shifter to put it into gear, and then you have some shortcut buttons here on the side. Drive modes are included in that shortcut section. Dial for the infotainment system, and then just behind that we've got our adjustment for the air suspension. Nice trim on top of the center console, plenty of storage inside with a little light in there and a USB port. And this particular one does come equipped with a panoramic sunroof. Too much glare to really see the window sticker, but 93,325 is total MSRP. Let's see how this X5 plug-in hybrid performs. Hybrid, let's start off in full electric mode. We got the range. Power and speed reduced. Maximum electric driving. We'll see if we got enough power and speed, right? Now, plug-in hybrids, I mean, we'll just say this right off the bat, right? The biggest benefit you get of a plug-in hybrid is if you plug it in all the time. If you try to drive this like a regular hybrid, there's no point. Your fuel economy is not going to be that great. You might as well actually not even get a hybrid at all at that point, because the plug-in hybrid weighs more than a regular car and also more than a regular hybrid. So again, you're only going to get added efficiency if you're charging it up all the time. So that is always something to remember with these. Now, seats are very comfortable. The new X5 is a fantastic luxury car. Not just because of the seat comfort, but also the suspension comfort, the sound deadening. It is really, really well put together. And I don't think people associate luxury with BMW, but with this new X5, yeah, I'd say that's kind of what they're going for. They kind of leave the sportiness to the other cars. But I will say BMW in general has just become a lot more luxury. I mean, even like an M2 or an M3 feels super luxury. So things have changed. Times have changed, I suppose. Yeah, so smooth. Obviously, we're getting instant power, instant torque. Oh, you're telling me reduced power? I think felt pretty peppy right off the bat. And we'll get a better get up and go here in a moment, but yeah, reduced power. I think we might have a case of some fake news over here. I'm just kidding. We obviously know with the engine added in, it's going to be even quicker. But this is more than enough power, especially for around town. Might feel a little bit lackluster on the highway, but I mean, yeah, for this around town driving, oh yeah, that feels more than quick enough. More than quick enough. Yeah, it's not like plug-in hybrids back in the day used to be pretty awful with the acceleration in full electric mode. It's like you're like, I'm doing this for the efficiency, but now it's like you got power with this thing. You got quite a bit of power. Let's pop it into the sport mode. So it's going to turn on the engine, and this is going to give us all of the horses. Oh, we got a Ford pulling in front. We don't have anyone behind us. Okay. Yeah, it's got some power. Doesn't necessarily feel like, I mean, the low end, like initial acceleration definitely feels strong, but I don't think that this really feels too much different than just like the plain old inline six. And that's kind of typical with plug-in hybrids, is your biggest benefit is going to be having that electric range, and then right off the line, right, you get the extra shove that you don't get with the non-hybrid, or I should say the non-plug-in hybrid. But yeah, it's not gonna, I don't think the acceleration is what's going to knock your socks off with this car. I think it's more so of the electric driving convenience. But what I will say is the B50 is pretty economical, and so like, that's nice. I think it's really more about the utility of not having to fill up as often, because I mean, is that full? No, it's not completely full. I mean, you can get like, you're like over 600 miles of range, but I mean, B58 you can get like that. An extra 40 miles of range, right? That's kind of what you're, kind of what you're looking at, roughly. No, because I think that's a bigger fuel tank. I can't remember. I should have had that for this review. But anyways, it adds a little bit of utility, but at the same time, like, I think the regular inline six is great. So like me personally, I wouldn't go for this. But I do understand the appeal of having a plug-in hybrid, being able to do your daily commute without using any gas. That's nice, because then you're really going to visit the gas station less often.